Your child might be glued to their new phone, laptop, iPad, or other digital device, and now is the time to ensure their online safety. Joining us is Shelby Lynch, the Director of Prevention and Outreach at the Care Center. Welcome back, Shelby.
Hi, thank you so much, Heather. I'm glad to be here.
Great to see you again. Okay, so digital threats, those are a big risk for kids.
Yes, absolutely. I think that this is a really important time to discuss proactive measures that we can have against online predators or potentially online risks that kids might encounter as they're so excited for their new devices and their new technology that they have this Christmas or this holiday season.
Absolutely. And parents might feel like, you know, they're no match against predators or scammers, but they really can do a lot.
Absolutely. The best thing parents can do is first, we need to make sure that we are in those parental controls, that we've set those things up before children even have access to their device. Make sure we understand how the device works and that we've got those filters set in place. Next thing we need to do is we need to look at privacy settings. Make sure that we have maybe location settings off. Next, we need to make sure that we are keeping this conversation going with our children. I like to say that we need to have conversations about digital safety early and often. Talking about it once isn't going to do any good. We need to make sure we're having this conversation over and over again. It's also really important that we are modeling what we want our children to do with their devices. Maybe it's a good idea to set up no screen zones. It's a good idea to say, hey, we're not going to have phones or tablets or iPads at the dinner table. But if we're asking that of our children, we have to model that behavior too.
And so, yes, parents can influence their kids by their own habits.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. And so we have that at my house where you can't have your phone at the dinner table.
Yeah,
so
that was something we always had growing up too, is absolutely no phones at the dinner table, and I'll continue that for my family as well.
Yes, I love how you talked about the location services. That is so important because you can track people and you can see where they are on social media if you have your location services on, which is scary. But also, do you believe that age limits are truly helpful?
I think that they are. I think that technology needs to grow with children as they develop. I think that for very young kids, we need to have some very clear restrictions on what they are and are not allowed to see. As they get older, they're going to start getting more responsibility. They deserve to have more responsibility. But we need to make sure that the first thing we're doing at a very young age is making sure that children are good digital citizens. Because it's not going to do any good if we talk to them about all of these potential dangers, but they don't know what to do when they actually encounter it.
Too little, too late, and it's so important. So if all safety measures fail and say your child is contacted by a predator, a scammer, what signs should you look for in your child that this is happening? Because kids aren't always forthright.
Absolutely. What kids will do is they will actually minimize their screens very, very quickly because they don't want their caregiver to see what they have on their phone or on their iPad. They'll also become very withdrawn, very secretive. Sometimes their friend groups will change as well. We'll also see maybe unexplained gifts showing up at the house, or maybe they're playing a certain game and all of a sudden they have currency in that certain game that you didn't gift to them. Those are things that we can look for.
And they don't want parents to see it because they don't want their phones taken away.
Absolutely.
They want to be able to keep playing. And is this something that you should call the police over?
You can. I will be honest and say it's probably not going to result in any sort of substantiation. But if a child is being groomed online, for example, what it will do is it will set a pattern of behavior for that particular perpetrator. So police will be able to track that behavior, but it might not result in any substantiation because there's really nothing to investigate. Now, if children are being solicited online financially, absolutely, yes. We need to make sure that we're reporting that. Regardless, if you feel like your child is in danger, or you feel like your child is not safe, it's always important to report that.
Yes, be a great watchdog for your kids. Shelby, thank you so much as always.
Of course, thank you.
We're happy you're here. And for more information about Oklahoma County's only Child Advocacy Center, go to carecenter-okc.org.